All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praise, all the honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakwadash. And of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim preaching this word in all truth and sincerity. And also, Shalom to you few sisters out there and the children that believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So this is Isaiah 46 and verse, I'm going to start at 9. Remember the former things of old, for I am the power, and there is none else. I am God, and there is none like me. Right. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, okay, is the only supreme deity. Okay, he is the Most High, Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Those are the only beings in direct control of everything that you see. Everything going on in the world is in direct control of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. He is God and there is none else. Satan works for the Most High. Satan works for Yahweh Shai. Okay? It's just like you got Willy Wonka and the chocolate factory. You got the Oompa Loompas. Okay, you got Slugworth. They all work for Willy Wonka. Okay? Even though Slugworth was the conniver, he was, shown as being a deceiver, a demon. Okay? But he was working for Willy Wonka. Okay? You got Satan that's deceiving the world, that's going around, okay, causing havoc, but he works for the Lord, okay? And it's our job to remember and to teach the former things of old, okay? Because prophecy was given, okay, before the foundation of the world. You had the prophets in the Garden of Eden, okay, when everything was established. All right, the planet was formed, animals, people began to exist. Okay, the prophets were amongst those people prophesying. All right, it goes on to say, declaring the end from the beginning. You see, so the prophets were always around, declaring what was going to take place before it took place. Okay? And that knowledge, okay, the former things of old, didn't go anywhere, man. It's always been here. Okay, it's been hidden. It was sealed for a moment. Alright, but the truth is the truth. We're telling you, week in and week out, that you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true Hebrew Israelites. Okay? And also declaring to the nations who they are, starting with Esau, Edom, okay, the so-called white man, who is the true Hebrew Edomite. Alright? The devil. Okay? The antagonist. Alright? He is the wicked, okay? He is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. It says, and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done. See, so even in the ancient times, in the ancient world, okay, our forefathers and the prophets before us were declaring to the world mysteries, prophecy, okay, things that were going to take place. Okay, and we're repetitive. Okay, we're going to constantly go into these scriptures But as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, he maketh all things new. Okay, us in our ministry, this prophecy, us prophesying, we will use these ancient scrolls, these scriptures, okay, and refresh it in the minds of you people, man. We make it new again. This is Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against many countries, and we're prophesying against countries, man. Okay, we're prophesying against the inhabitants of these countries. We prophesy against ourselves, man, that if we don't continue in this, okay, a disposition of the gospel, that's the correct word, is for us, man. If you don't continue in the faith, okay, you will be destroyed along with the non-believers, man. Okay, you have to continue teaching, man. You have to keep your hand on the plow. Okay, we have to be men first in order to be men of the Lord. And a man is supposed to have integrity, man. A man is supposed to, be strong. Okay, now, we're not all physically strong. Okay, but your will, you must be strong-minded. All right? And strong-minded is you having faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So the prophets in the ancient world, okay, prophesied, all right, against many countries. But those prophets are the same prophets you see today. Okay? What shows that they're the prophets, all right, is them continuing to push this word week in and week out. Okay? And that's your job. Okay? That's your profession. All right? You're not here. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai didn't put you on the earth, give you this wisdom so that you can tap into other elements, other resources, man. Okay? He didn't give you this ministry so you could be 1 foot in the truth and your whole ass body hanging out the truth, man. Hanging out with the world, man. Okay? Look, man, if I'm not at work, okay, I'm home. If I'm not with the brother, I'm at home. Okay, if I ain't pushing this word out, doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, or not working for punk-ass Esau to make my ends meet, I'm at home. Because there's nothing in this world, man. I was watching the video Apostle Tahar was doing earlier on Guerrilla Hebrew, that fucking demon. And Apostle Tahar was mentioning how, he don't have very many friends, man. Okay, we don't have very many friends. Okay, the friends that we have, all right, is the Akim, man, the brotherhood. Okay, you might have your woman, your so-called girlfriend. Okay, but other than that, we don't have friends, man. We're not looking, to establish relationships in this jacked up society, man. That's just what it is. All right. Let me get this real quick. And we don't need friends, man, of this world, man. Okay, you might have a friend that's in the world. Okay, but you ain't out, committing adultery, doing stupid shit with this friend. And if anything, you're hinting at the truth with them. Okay, from time to time, you might throw some pearls out there. And the prophets had friends. Okay. Now, of course, they weren't wicked ass demons, man. Alright? If somebody's a wicked demon, I'm getting the fuck away from them, man. Okay? Which the majority of these people, they are too far left. Okay? It says, prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Right. And that's what we do. Okay, we're telling you that America, which is Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed with nuclear fire. Okay? We're telling you that these other countries are going to get hit with so-called natural disasters because you people are rebellious and wicked, man. Why do you think every year, there's a hurricane that comes out of the Gulf of Mexico, man? Okay? To fuck shit up here in the U.S. and to fuck shit up in Central America, man. Mexico, man. Puerto Rico getting hit with storms and shit. Okay, because this word is going out and it shall not return void, man. Just because you want to block your ears and cover your eyes doesn't mean those nukes ain't gonna drop, man. Okay? You got a brother that did a video. Yeah, the prophets were grumpy. Yeah, the prophets were grumpy, man. The scriptures say to be angry and sin not. Okay? The scriptures say that they love not their lives unto the death, man. Alright? The only thing that's going to make us happy is seeing this place destroyed with nukes, man. Okay? And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, redeeming us into those chariots, man. So-called UFOs. Alright? But that's your job, is to prophesy, man. Your job is to preach this word. It's Isaiah 46 back in here. Okay. In verse 10, it says, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai's counsel shall stand. Okay. And he's going to do all his pleasure. All right, so every word that is bound in these scriptures shall be bound on earth as it was in heaven, man. As it is in heaven. Okay, so if the Lord's saying, look, America's going to be a lake of fire, Babylon the Great's going to be a lake of fire, hey, man, get right, because it's going to happen. Get right and repent. All right? If the scriptures say, which they do, that whosoever taketh the mark of the beast is going to be tortured with fire and brimstone. Okay? Don't take that mark. We're warning you. We're telling you what the mark is. And the mark is a microchip. Alright? It's not Christianity. It's not sleeping with white women. Okay? Hey, Solomon, who was Yahweh Shai in the he had many women, and it said he had daughters of the Edomites, man. So you're trying to say that, the son of David, okay, the king, had the mark? You guys are bug outs, man. You guys are Looney Tunes, man. Okay? You guys are out of your minds, man. So keep preaching this word, okay? If you take your hand off the plow, okay, chances are you're going to get the mark, man. You're going to get destroyed. Either way, you take your hand off the plow, you're going to get destroyed, man. Okay, so all you Israelites out there, you so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, okay, and those of you that are hearing this word, you're more than likely an Israelite. Whether you look, whatever you look like, man. Whatever your body weight is, whatever hairstyle you got, the color of your eyes, that don't matter, man. Okay, your favorite foods, that don't matter, man. Now, there is a dietary law, which, we keep the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. All right? But repent to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and chances are you're an Israelite, man. Okay. Hey, this place is going to be destroyed real soon. All right? They're getting it ready, man. Trump just passed a bill, and it's I forget what it was called, but pretty much it's a bill that's being passed to lock you people up, man. Okay, lock up the homeless, lock up people that are documented as mentally unstable. Okay, So if you got bipolar disorder and the doctors know about this, okay, all your medical records is being passed on to those in control, and they can lock you up for these things, man. They can lock you up as unfit for society, man. If you're homeless, you got a mental condition, okay, if you're known for being a violent offender, all right, they're getting ready to lock your asses up, man. Throw you in alligator Alcatraz, man. That's why we push that brothers, take care of their house, man. Get a job. All right, if you're living with your parents, and it's in your ability, get the fuck out of there, man. Okay, now we understand every brother has a condition, a situation. But hey, man, it should be a reason to strive, seeing these things that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is doing on the earth. Okay, you don't want to be one of those guys that, one of those I told you so, those that we told so. Okay, so with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Harakakudash. Of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Shalom.